Hello, and now that you've joined us, let's begin this week's European Paper Roundup. Big stories, big scoops, and some revealing insights. These are a few of the things that I wish we could bring you. Instead, we have Champions League, some sauciness from Gerard Piqué, and cake. First off then, Champions League, a competition that this week broke hearts in Portugal with both Benfica and Braga beaten at home like Wayne Rooney after the Sunday papers come. A Bola, the Portuguese paper, The Ball, with the headline, Portugal, it's a sad awakening. The day after those results, beaucoup de tristesse too for the French after Marseille and Auxerre got beaten by Chelsea and Real Madrid respectively. Now, there were questionable refereeing decisions against the French sides in both games, but the French press were in no mood for excuses. L'Equipe indeed has Marseille put in their place, echoing Didier Deschamps' comments of a gulf in quality, while L'Aujourd'hui goes quite simply with the French outclassed. And after all the optimism that surrounded the French side's early adventures in last year's competition, this is all yet more proof of the mood of gloom that's been enveloping the French game ever since all that unpleasantness at the World Cup. Gloom that's only been partially lifted by reports this week that Raymond Domenech has now been spotted signing on for the Dole, because everybody hates Raymond. The underlying theme anyway, although they're too polite to come right out and say it, is that if you're not good enough in a competition where even Rangers can win a game, you're not very good at all. Meantime, anyway, over in Italy, the week has brought wins for Roma and Inter and a respectable draw for Milan at Ajax, but controversy there over the role of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic, this year's Barcelona donation to the Italian game, is having a phenomenal start at the Rossoneri, scoring 5 of Milan's last 6 goals and only occasionally kicking his teammates in the head in training. On Tuesday, he nabbed the equaliser at the Amsterdam Arena, prompting the Gazzetta to urge, "Cheer up everyone, there's Ibra." Cheer up, Allegri being also the name of the manager, of course. Inside, though, Milan's Clarence Seedorf is a little bit concerned. Well, you would be, wouldn't you? Teammates scoring goals in important games. Says Clarence anyway, "I didn't like the way we played. If all we're going to do is aim long balls at Ibra, we'll end up like Inter Milan." Well, the paper agrees. This is a club that used to pride itself on its midfield flair, says the Gazzetta, that boasted Pirlo, Seedorf and Kaká all playing together. Now they just pump it long. It's like they've left the true faith. Oh dear, sort of Zlatanic possession then. Well, no such fears over at the aforementioned Inter, where Samuel Eto'o, the man Barcelona brilliantly paid Inter to take off their hands last season, is also off to a brilliant start to the season, scoring 3 and setting up the other in Wednesday's 4-0 drubbing of Werder Bremer. As the Gazzetta put it on Thursday morning, atomic, because, you know, his name. No concerns here for the shape of the team either. Quite the opposite, in fact. The Gazzetta rating Inter's performance their best so far under their new manager, Rafa Benitez, and a real step up from the stuff Jose Mourinho used to have them playing. Ironically, in fact, says the paper, while Milan are hoof and hope, Inter are fast becoming the real heirs to Arrigo Sacchi's golden Rossoneri side. Ouch. Well, while they debate all of that, off we head to Spain, where aside from the return of Leo Messi and Barcelona's 1-1 draw away to Ruben Kazan and that narrow Real Madrid win in Auxerre, it has been a slow week in all for news, to the extent that Jose Mourinho, being rude in a press conference, has actually been front page news. Another headline material included this. El Mundo Deportivo last weekend, under an advert for, appropriately, the tools of Barca, a smouldering "come and get me" shot of Gerard Piqué. Peekabauer, as the Catalan press have dubbed him, for his supposed similarities to Der Kaiser France. Anyway, Peekabauer here giving a full and frank interview while flogging a watch, and among the talking points, a topic close to the Catalan paper's hearts, to wit, is Piqué doing Shakira? According to La Prensa Rosa, wherever, whenever has had a special significance for Miss Shakira ever since she and Piqué met while filming the video for her Smash World Cup theme, Waka Waka. You know the one. Piqué responds to the story thus: "Ibrahimovic will be very sad." Sly reference that to last year's hot photo scoop when he and the Swedish striker got snapped in a supposedly broke-back Barca tryst in the club car park. It was a story, you'll recall, that took the internet by storm, but apparently was just pure fiction. A Piqué Whopper, if you will, served up with relish, but with no real meat to it. Anyway, on that note, that's where we come to the end of a pretty disappointing week from the papers. Let's hope they try a little harder for our next instalment due in 7 days' time. Do join us then to see for yourselves.